Okay.
Actually, I don't know if it's gonna reach.
Okay, well. We're going so far on the road. Anyway, we'll make it work. Hi, I'm John, and I'm 1/3 of the group known as The Composers. Made up of Paul Knoisel, John Kirby, and myself, we were the CUA composition class of 2016. And while the name The Composers might give the impression that we were somehow like the Three Musketeers, for the sake of transparency, I have to make it clear that we were more akin to the Three Stooges. The three of us first met as a group in the Priz, and Kirby, having an abnormally high amount of social skill for a composer, made the introductions. He made the introductions by asking if we had heard his symphony yet. We hadn't. Fortunately, Kirby had his laptop and a pair of headphones, and we huddled around and hit play on the Finale 2007 playback file. Yeah, shout out to Finale 2007. Kirby conducted along as we listened, and I had two immediate thoughts. One, I had no idea you could put a rock and roll drum solo in the middle of a symphony. And two, I've never met someone who loves music this much. Kirby's joy of music was infectious. When he talked about the music he was working on, he could make you feel the rumble of the timpani, the majesty of the horns, the delicate tenderness of the string line. He had a vision, and he could make you effortlessly hear it. In many ways, it was Kirby's love of music, and by extension, the permission that he gave that you could also love music that much, that drew us together as friends in the first place. Suffice it to say, we also had some pretty wild nights. Like the one time we got a bunch of Stravinsky full scores, and we brought them back to my place, where we proceeded to quietly audiate them, conducting along wildly to music that was only playing in our heads. Oh my god, have you gotten to the French horn line at rehearsal marking 25 yet? Kirby would always point out a French horn line. Genuinely, there is a French horn line at rehearsal number 25 in The Rite of Spring, and I remember it because Kirby got so excited about it. We also, as a group, made our own game show called The Right or Wrong of Spring. Yeah. Where the point was to identify if a passage was Stravinsky or a composer that sounded like Stravinsky. So yeah, we were pretty cool. Of course, we also got up to all sorts of non-musical adventures. Like we tied up all of the ovens in Mill North so we could make 12 Cornish hens for a dinner party we were throwing. Or the time when we were living together and Kirby decided to plant a garden and he only planted radishes. So when harvest time came around, we were three 19-year-olds with a completely empty refrigerator and an unwieldy amount of radishes. We were just college kids doing normal college kid things. As time went on, our musical and personal dynamics, part of the music fun, developed. Paul was an open sky, expansive, colorful, and ever-changing. I was an ocean, shinier than you'd expect, and filled to the brim with heavy-handed metaphors. And Kirby was a mountain, monumental and majestic. If I wanted a piece to sound weightless, I'd talk to Paul. And if I wanted help making a piece sound epic, I'd talk to Kirby. And we went on like this, trading music back and forth and offering suggestions. You can literally hear the tangible way we had influences on each other. In friendship and in music, we had relationships based on trust. We often played each other's music because we knew when we wrote for each other, we could just give melody and chords and say, do whatever you want with it, and trusted that we would flesh it out how the other person liked it. Kirby would send a lot of these emails at 2 a.m. because that's when he seemed to work best. One such 2 a.m. email from Kirby was a song called Metamora. On theme, it was a song about a mountain, and like everything he wrote, it was brilliant. Subtle where it needed to be, loud where it required, and in true Kirby fashion, a melody that evoked an entire story. He also included that when performing the piece, he'd want us all to wear flannel. Incidentally, when I saw this, I informed Kirby that I didn't have a flannel shirt, and he told me that I could borrow one of his, and he insisted that it would fit. It didn't. I have since bought a flannel shirt. Kirby said that he had written this as a piece specifically for the composers. It was our senior year, and he wanted us to have a chance to perform one last time together at CUA. I also just want to take a second and say that Paul really, really wishes that he could be here right now. Also, because apparently I'm just going off script right now, when I was listening to performances, I remember just having been so fortunate to witness Kirby's writing and how he would compose music. When we would talk about what we were writing, and I would ask him what he was working on, he would always say the names of the people that he was writing for first, rather than what the piece was. Like, he wouldn't say he was writing a string quartet. He'd say, I'm writing something for Carson. Or he would name the members of Redline rather than saying, I'm writing a piece for Redline. He would name all of your names. Kirby loved writing music, but he loved the people that he wrote for. Okay, sorry. He wrote a song. The structure of this piece is a verse-chorus song. I'm gonna head over to the piano and walk you through it a little bit.
Composers are good at going broke. See the drummers that we have. Okay. So the first verse of this piece just takes a solo clanger ascending mountain. The melody reaches upward. You can hear it as a concept right now. And the kind of experiences some setbacks. And he pushes upward again. He's reaching towards. And it's the top of the chorus, the singer reaches the top of the mountain. And with new perspective from his time, he reflects. Though the landscape has changed through storm, fire, and time, the mountain remains constant. Life may take us down different road paths, we may lose our way, things may change in unexpected ways, but love and friendship are like the mountain. They go on forever.